From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Weekly.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Weekly. We're glad you joined us for this look at what's happening in and around Troy University. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, school may be out for the summer, but that isn't stopping some area students from doing some learning thanks to a program offered at the Boys and Girls Club. Madison Neal has more.
Students at the Boys and Girls Club of Pike and surrounding counties are learning about energy through the summer camp, Powering Up with STEM.
STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. What we're trying to do with this project is to infuse those concepts with these students, and more specifically the integrative nature of STEM, how the four disciplines kind of work with each other in solving problems.
Typically, students are taught silo STEM in schools, meaning that each subject is taught separately. Figliano says that the integration of these subjects plays a role in children's ability to learn and have success in the future.
It's not just learning in a classroom, sitting in rows. You're actually, getting up and building stuff, working in groups. If you read about different major companies, they're like, we don't really, care what a student knows. Can they work in a group? Can they work well with others? Those sorts of things. And so we're trying to infuse those kind of soft skills into what we're doing here as well.
Some students are intimidated by math and science, but learning it in an environment like summer camp can make it fun.
The kids have really enjoyed it, and they don't think of it as school because they really are engaged, and they don't feel threatened by the math or the science, and you can see them charting it in their journals, and they're like, oh, that's cool.
And at this camp, students learn how to make s'mores out of only solar energy. So how does that work? Well, they made an oven out of a pizza box, aluminum foil, and black construction paper that got heated up by the sun. Who says science can't be fun and tasty?
I'm so impressed with how the kids are able to retain so much information. I mean, the stuff that they are picking up, going from 9 different stations, and they're coming back to us, and they don't leave out any details. And we're talking about scientific terms that I probably didn't learn until I was in high school. So it's just been super impressive, and that's been the most rewarding thing ever.
Camp leaders express that their ultimate goal is to motivate these children to be lifelong learners and to understand that science, technology, engineering, and math can be fun. Madison Neal, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The written word is combining forces with the visual arts in an exhibit that brings the work of 2 Troy University professors together in the International Arts Center. Joshua Thomas gives us a look.
The Troy University International Arts Center recently gained a new addition this week in the form of Joyous Exchange, the Art of Collaboration. The exhibit is composed of work done by 2 Troy University professors, Diane Orlovsky and Jerry Johnson.
This current exhibit is entitled A Joyous Exchange, and it really is a journey between a colleague of mine, Diane Orlovsky, and I, as we shared in a co-creative process where she wrote meditations and introspective pieces, and then we tried to illustrate those, and we tried to magically kind of upgrade that a little bit to an illumination. So we created pieces of artwork that really pulled from the meditations.
Diane Orlovsky says the inspiration for this came from her father and the struggles she faced in his later days.
These were actually, the essays that I wrote for this exhibit actually began in 2011. I was sitting at the bedside of my dying father, and in the afternoons I would help to caregive with him, and I was just kind of thinking about the things that we go through as human beings, and grief and loss and life and death, and started writing my feelings basically just to get them out. And it has culminated all these years later into this series of 24 essays, and I asked my colleague Jerry Johnson to join with me on this project to turn the words into sort of his version, his vision.
Through this exhibit, Orlovsky hopes that people gain a new sense of appreciation for the beauty of collaborated art.
I hope that people understand the beauty of art that kind of overlaps. We call it a co-creative process, that neither one of us had a lot of ego going into this project. We would listen to each other's points of view. I think the world needs more of that.
The exhibit will run through July 29th. Joshua Thomas, Troy, TrojanVision News.
When the McKinley Drive construction project was announced last fall, its anticipated completion date was to be April of this year. However, 2 months past that date, the eastern side of the road is still closed to traffic. Cody Giles lets us know what has caused the delay and another new traffic feature that's coming to campus.
McKinley Drive has been closed due to construction since November of last year. There were multiple flaws in the road, as well as some general quality of life changes that needed to be made. Herbert Reeves fills us in.
The repaving of McKinley Drive was a grant through the Alabama Department of Transportation to allow for that road, one, to be resurfaced, but also to be widened because of the amount of traffic that's on it now with the arena being built and the parking lot over in that area. It is also an access point for a lot of community people from across town to bring students to the high school.
The job was anticipated to be finished in early June, but unforeseen circumstances have caused the project to become delayed. The construction crew is working with hopes to complete the project within the next few months.
They've had some delays in getting some of the materials they needed, so therefore they asked for an extension through Department of Transportation. The contractor did, and they were granted that extension to complete it and resurface it and put some sidewalks and all down through there completely from the high school back all the way, to the campus.
McKinley Drive isn't the only area on campus undergoing construction. Even with the addition of our brand new rec center and the improvements to the football field, Herb Reeves has stated that there are more construction projects to come.
As we move a little further in the construction of the new student rec center, that intersection there by where Sartain sits now, past the baseball field, that traffic light is going to come out and there's going to be a roundabout place there.
Cody Giles, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, we'll see how incoming freshmen are getting their first taste of their new college home. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The Talk of Troy. Voices and sounds from the campuses of Troy University.
Sanyu in Uganda means joy, and surely that orphanage was radiating joy, something we didn't expect.
Join us for the Talk of Troy, Fridays at 8:45 a.m. and 3:44 p.m. and Sundays at 4:35 p.m. on Troy Public Radio.
Maybe you know that tobacco and drinking alcohol can increase your risk of developing oral or throat cancer, but the fastest growing cause of these cancers is the HPV virus, or the human papillomavirus. In fact, if you have HPV, you are 30 times more likely to get oral cancer, and it is affecting young people with increasing frequency. That's why everyone should perform an oral cancer self-exam each month. Stand in front of a mirror in a well-lit area. Feel the inside of your lips and cheeks, the roof of your mouth, the front and back of your gums, and all the surfaces of your tongue. Look for lumps, bumps, sores that don't heal, or discolored patches. Oral cancer can happen to anyone. Early detection is the key to a cure. If you find anything unusual, see your general dentist or an oral and facial surgeon as soon as possible.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave. Okay, but remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Now back to Troy TrojanVision News Weekly.
Impact 2018 is officially underway as incoming freshmen prepare for the start of their college careers here at Troy University. Paige Weeks has the story.
Troy University's newest batch of Trojans is on campus for the first session of Impact 2018. During the two-day sessions, incoming freshmen will learn what life is like in Trojan territory and prepare for the upcoming fall semester. Students will participate in academic department visits, learn about on-campus organizations, and, most importantly, register for classes.
The biggest thing that we want out of them is a correct academic schedule for them. So they're meeting with their academic advisors and they're getting their class schedule for the fall. So that's kind of the biggest, most important thing.
Of course, there are also plenty of activities planned that will allow students to meet other incoming freshmen and have some fun.
The big thing is we'll go to Camp Butter and Egg tonight, and that's going to be so much fun. We'll have some friendly competition between the teams, so it'll be a great time. We'll have team games, and they'll be doing zip lining. It's just
opportunity after opportunity to get to know each other.
Impact also serves another important purpose. It is meant to inspire and excite students for their future careers at Troy University.
We want people who are really pumped up about being a Troy Trojan because they're the ones who are the lifeblood of this university for the next 4 years. So really building that passion here initially is going to be key for that.
In just 2 days, Troy University's newest freshman class will have learned all they need to know to ensure a successful start to their first semester here at Troy University in the fall, and will have hopefully made some new friends along the way. Paige Weeks, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Last week, Troy University's Sound of the South held its annual music leadership camp for high school students. And Thursday afternoon, the students showed off what they learned throughout the week. Seth Hawk has the details.
Thursday afternoon, the participants of this year's Sound of the South Music Camp had a performance in Sartain Hall showcasing all the things they have learned. Alumni of the Sound of the South were instructors for this camp, and according to the instructor of the concert band, Anthony Vittori, the participants in this camp step their game up every year.
Oh, man. Every year it's just amazing how these kids come up here and how they just keep producing and producing and producing, and they don't get tired, man. They never want to quit. Every rehearsal we have, man, these guys are just going, and they're going, they're pushing, they're giving everything they got. And it's funny how they push the envelope every year of what they can do, and it's just, it blows me away how they just never cease to amaze me all the time.
This camp is also used as a recruiting tool for the Sound of the South, according to the director of bands, Dr. Mark Walker, who says that giving current members of the Sound of the South opportunities to be around these high school students benefit both the teachers and the students.
It recruits for us because the high school kids are getting to work directly with our students here. It gives our music education majors a chance to work on their skills as future teachers. And it's just a win-win for everybody in that respect.
One percussionist from Mariana High School who is entering his senior year has even started considering attending Troy because of this camp.
The Troy campus is really pretty. The band program, all of the students in the band seem very involved in recruiting and teaching and involving them with the band, and I would really consider going here.
The Sound of the South will perform during halftime of Troy football's home opener against Boise State on September 1st. Seth Hawk, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Trojan baseball team may have wrapped up their season a few weeks ago, but there's been plenty of action at Riddle Pace Field this week as the team was passing on their knowledge to some younger players. Adoria Hughes has the details.
The Troy University baseball camp gives young boys ages 4 to 12 the opportunity to showcase their talents and take their game to the next level.
One, we want to teach the very basic things, and two, we want to have fun. And for me, baseball's fun. We need to make it fun for them. And this is the youngest age group that we'll have. At the end of the camp, we want them to feel like they've had fun playing baseball. Learn a little bit, of course. We're going to teach some basic things, but want them to run around, have a little fun with each other, and at the end of the camp, feel like they had time that they enjoyed on a baseball field.
The camp is hosted by the Troy baseball team college staff, and Coach Smart says he enjoys seeing familiar faces come back each summer and new faces eager to learn.
We've got a lot of returning campers that have been here before, and so that tells us that we're doing some good things. They enjoy it. The kids learned some things and had some fun, and that's the best way for us to gauge if they can come back the next year.
Besides learning more about the game of baseball, Coach Smart says that he hopes that the players will learn valuable life lessons on and off the field.
If they enjoy their experience on the baseball field, maybe they'll keep playing and eventually become a good player and want to continue to play baseball.
Adoria Hughes, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at how the Upward Bound program is preparing high schoolers for the transition to college. That's coming up right after this.
So they say it's a man's world? Well, I don't see anybody's name on it. While they were out doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. We changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
Every summer, students fill classrooms at Troy University, and while that may not be unusual, some of those students are high schoolers, and they're here as a part of a program that's preparing them to someday become college students themselves. Lydia Williams explains.
Troy University's Upward Bound is a year-round federally funded program of the U.S. Department of Education. The program provides services to high school students grades 9th through 12th.
We are funded to serve 90 high school students from the Pike County school system, which includes 3 schools, Charles Henderson High School, Pike County High School, and Goshen High School.
Upward Bound has just begun their college simulated residential program, which is a 6-week program that allows students to live on campus and take classes that will prepare them for high school and college. Students return to Upward Bound due to the endless opportunities that the program provides.
Upward Bound is a good program because they teach you how to deal with like peer pressure and getting ready to go to college, and they get you college ready. So it's been a pretty good experience for me.
Upward Bound believes the sky is the limit when it comes to academic success.
We want our students to realize that just because of where they came from, they're not limited to where they can go. So we tell them to reach for the sky, and if by chance they fall, then they'll fall among the stars. And we want ours to be stars.
And the students of Upward Bound have a special message.
We love Upward Bound!
Yay! Lydia Williams, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And this summer, a new element was added to the Upward Bound program to introduce students to the field of journalism. And on Tuesday afternoon, some of the Upward Bound students got a taste of what a future career in journalism could hold. Joshua Thomas has the details.
The Upward Bound program has recently added journalism classes to its curriculum, and with that has partnered with Troy University to allow students a chance to tour the Troy Trojan Vision studio.
We're here today. I brought my journalism class here to explore the journalism department. Tori Betsole and Aaron Taylor have been gracious enough to allow all of my classes to come. Just wanted them to get an inside view of the opportunities that Troy offers for journalism and to hopefully pique their interest.
The one thing Gay wants her students to gain from this experience is exposure.
I hope they see some of the possibilities that are available to them. Already just with this first class, I've seen them eager, a little more eager than I am just telling them about it. So already I feel like my goals have been met, but just exposure. The kids need to be exposed to different things.
Upward Bound student Jordan Johnson comments on her experience.
It was pretty good. It was very eye-opening, and it gave me more knowledge on other things that I didn't know. It feels good to know that there's other things out there that I could possibly do as a career in the future other than my original choice.
On the tour, students were able to learn about the inner workings of the Trojan Vision process, from behind the scenes to reporting to even anchoring. Joshua Thomas, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And it's time for our last break, but when we return, we'll learn how Troy football's female fans can get in on some of the gridiron action. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
point, right?
Did you look? Did you go to the schoolyard? Where did you look? We can make a plan somehow. If I just.
He's a smart boy, and he's gonna be okay.
Okay, try to call him again.
There's no reception right now. Everything is down.
Try.
I can't.
Try already.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
Everything's
try.
down.
Do you think he's on his way? Please. Is he okay?
Laura.
Please tell me he's okay.
I need you to calm down.
What? It's my baby. This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
I'm diagnosed with PTSD and multiple cases of mild traumatic brain injury. I was brought up, drive on, but I wasn't the same guy. And my wife Tanya, thank God, she hounded me enough times to where I did go and get treatment. And I'm so happy that I did, because I know that if I hadn't, there's no way I'd be a first sergeant right now. I know that if I hadn't said help, I would have remained helpless. I definitely think that soldiers are stronger when they realize they have a problem and they ask for help.
As a first-time Olympian, it was a true honor for me to represent Team USA in London. I'm also proud to represent another great team, the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, who sponsors Swim for MS, a national fundraiser where you can create your own swim challenge. Anything from swimming laps for pledges to jumping cannonballs for cash. If you love swimming like I do, register today at swimforms.org.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
There's an opportunity for the Trojan football team's female fans to get an immersive experience learning about the sport in preparation for the upcoming season. We'll learn how in this week's Trojan Talk. Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. My guest today is Kyle George, here to tell us a little bit about a way to learn a little bit about football here
Absolutely.
At Troy University. Thanks for joining here today.
Thanks for having me today.
And Football 101, this is a fun event for the female Trojan fans to get a little bit of knowledge about football.
Absolutely. I had some guys calling me. I was like, hey, sorry, it's not for you guys, it's for the ladies here. And this is always a fun event for us, too, because our 6th annual event for this, the ladies get a chance to come out, and it's not just, hey, what are the X's and O's, or what's that mean? They dig in pretty deep on this. They get a chance to talk to the coaching staff. Our coaches got a lot of questions last year about scheme, what they're doing out there as well, too. We even have an official come in and go over a lot of the rules and such as well. And then they get out on the football field as well, too, and get a chance to go through some of the drills. So it's really a fun night to get excited for the upcoming football season.
And it's one of those things that you get an opportunity for some fun and some interactive fun for the female fans there. But in a lot of ways, the female fans may not necessarily have the knowledge that male fans. And I don't want to have it sound one way or the other, but it's a case where giving a little bit more information opens the eyes to maybe some new football fandom there.
Certainly, and we've got a lot of ladies that have been coming to this for years that they know it through and through. They love the game, and they can probably coach better than I can out there. Then there's some ladies that maybe they're new to it. This is a chance to, maybe you haven't been around football too much, or you've been around for years and you just love being around events like this. It doesn't matter what your expertise is with football. This is a chance just to come in, get excited about the upcoming season, learn a little bit like you're saying about what goes into a football game. And then that way, too, when it comes time for game days at the vet, they're probably going to know more than your average fan sitting next to them as well.
And also just the opportunity to get a little bit of peek behind the scenes. And that's one of those just fun elements when you have an event like this, that even though you're learning, the chance to get one-on-one with coaches, the chance to see what's going on behind the scenes leading up to game day is a kind of a unique opportunity for any Trojan fan.
It definitely is. And that's one of the things that's unique also to this event, like you're saying, because Coach Brown and staff do a great job of interacting with the ladies, but their families come along for it as well, too. So you get a chance to know personally their families, seeing what they do on game days as well, too. Sometimes hearing from the coaches' wives, you get a chance to learn a little bit more about what really happens inside the huddle there for them. But the ladies have a great time with this event. It's $25 per person. The proceeds from this will go back to helping out the Christian Love Center right here in Troy as well. A chance for them to come back and visit us for ball games throughout the year as well, too. But for $25, you get a T-shirt, you get the entire evening itself. behind-the-scenes tours, like you were saying, get a chance to interact on the field and have those questions right one-on-one with our coaches as well. So again, it's a fun night that all ladies love having a chance to come out and be a part of.
And one of the things you talk about the field, and that's one of those fun things that I've seen the videos from it throughout the years, and the chance to get out there and run routes, do drills, do all the things that the players get to do to prepare. And it just looks like they're having a blast out there.
They have a blast, and that was one of the things that last year, getting a chance to see for the first time here myself, I wasn't sure how the ladies would respond to that, but man, they had a blast out there. And it doesn't matter what the ladies' age is out there. They have a great time going through the drills, whether that's the blocking drills with the offensive and defensive line, pass catching, throwing, whatever else that is. They just have a great time learning the ins and outs of the game, getting better at themselves too. And they also had a great time in the weight room last year as well. You saw some of the ladies start getting on the bench press, ready to throw up a few reps there. So these ladies have a great time with this event. And again, it's not a sit down, listen the whole time. It's very interactive. We want to have fun with this event. You get a lot of food throughout the evening as well too. So free drinks, free food, you can't really beat that.
And I know, and a lot of that interactive part, I know in past years, and correct me if I'm wrong if it's not doing it this year, but they've had some input on some things going on in the season. Specifically, I believe the ladies in the past have an opportunity to vote on one of the ensembles that the team, because Troy is notorious for changing up the helmet jersey pant combinations, but the ladies get a chance to put their word in on what one of those combinations will be.
So one of the things we talk about is that this event brings football, fun, food, and a little bit of fashion. And sometimes that fashion too, yes, there's the game day side of what to wear for tailgates and such there, but we also bring out the players. This is one of the parts that the ladies always enjoy, first and foremost because our guys do a great job. They really enjoy interacting with the ladies. You get a chance to meet the players and see who you are cheering for out there. But then they get a chance to showcase all the different uniform combinations that we've got. Got some great helmets out there, great jerseys, pants, all of that available to us. Coach Brown, that's always one of the highlights that he loves, getting a chance to showcase what these guys wear because you look good, you play good. That's one of the things that last year the ladies got a chance to vote on what we wore for the home opener against Alabama State. They went with the Cardinal top, Cardinal pants, as well as the chrome silver helmet there as well too. So a great look that turned out to be in front of a record-setting crowd last year. Hopefully they can do it again for us this year.
And you mentioned there a little bit of a fashion show as well, because one of the other elements I know of the evening is an opportunity to see some fashion, some game day fashions for the ladies. So it's not all football. It is an opportunity to see some things that they may be interested in making themselves ready for game day.
Certainly. We're fortunate because a lot of the local boutiques here in town, they come out, they showcase what they have available that ladies can come out and purchase. That way, part of getting ready for the football season is you got to dress the part and be ready to cheer on your Trojans. So the ladies get a chance to see from both kids' clothes to adult clothes as well. And last year we had a few of our coaches' kids serve as the models as part of this event as well too. So I don't think they're going to have me serve as model this year. I'll just stay in the background, make sure they all have a great time. But it's a fun time when it comes to all those that we have taking place.
All right. Once again, if they're interested in signing up and getting involved in this, what can they do? So
absolutely, $25 per person, get you a T-shirt and everything else that comes along with Football 101. It takes place on Thursday, July 19th. You can go ahead and register online right now at TroyTrojans.com/tickets. We have an online registration available this year. If you want to do it over the phone, you're more than welcome to. Miss Judy Morgan, who all these ladies know very well and dear, you can call Miss Judy at 670-3682. I had to get that number stuck in my head there. 670-3682.
All right. Well, good luck with this year's Football 101. And I know it's a fun night and a fun opportunity for women to get involved. Thanks for joining us here. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. And that's what happened this week. To find out what's happening throughout the week, you can tune in to Troy TrojanVision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30 Monday through Thursday, or anytime by following us on Twitter at Troy TV News. Also, feel free to like our Troy TrojanVision News fan page on Facebook to see online content from Troy TrojanVision News. We hope you join us again next week for another edition of Troy TrojanVision Weekly. Have a good week.